Yo! What is going on, everyone? So, I was working a shift the other night at an event, and I'm not going to tell you the venue or the name of the event or who was there because that could get pretty incriminating. But I was basically looking after all of the responsible service of alcohol, making sure people weren't too drunk, making sure people were remaining relatively orderly, while also enjoying themselves and staying jovial. And there was this guy, and he was literally, so this is the face, this is the face, right? Two faces, standing face to face with his girlfriend. There was another dude behind the girlfriend, right? And he was sort of like this, and this is his hand. Anyway, his hand was going on like this, squeezing the girlfriend's ass. So he was squeezing his mate's girlfriend's ass, and she was just sitting there letting him like grope it and get all squeezy and stuff. And I was like, man, no shame, no shame. And look, we're just animals at the end of the day, right? Guys need to actually understand that this stuff happens, right? I mean, look, and seriously, I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this. The only reason I'm sharing this with you is not because I get any joy out of it, but because I want to give you a real life example firsthand of how women will give access to men that they perceive to be of higher value right in front of their own boyfriend or husband. So I'm 39 now, as many of you know. When I was a lot younger, and I'm talking like early 20s, so this is over 15 years ago, there was this guy I knew, and I was, look, I didn't have a huge amount of friends at that time. Let me just get the stabilizer going on so that, there we go, that's a bit better. So this particular guy, I knew him and I'd sort of flattered with him for a little bit, and he had this girlfriend, and I used to sleep on the futon out in the lounge room. And with regards to this particular futon that I was sleeping in, it was right next to, like, the lounge and the kitchen was sort of all one. So this one night, this girl, and I'd been attracted to her for quite some time, she actually came out and decided to get something to eat in the kitchen, right? And, that woke me up, and I went over and I was talking to her, and she sort of shuffled up a little bit closer to me, to the point where she was actually up against me, and my hand was like about yay far from her crotch. Anyway, things happened, and they continued to happen. Now, if I knew then what I knew now, things would have been very different. I would have said no. I would have let the guy that I was sharing with know exactly what was going on. But this is the thing, right? Like, I was never taught by anyone, and it just seems like common sense to us guys, right? We're aware. Seems like common sense to us that, well, you don't fucking do that. But it's like, well, when you're early 20s and horny and you've got no other options, then you're just chasing pussy, right? And that overrides everything else because you're trying to serve your biological imperative, right? Your dick's overriding your brain. And guys, this is what gets a lot of us into trouble. And now to further illustrate that point, I can't believe I'm going into this, whatever. So it got to the point where I would actually walk into their room at night, and I'd reach under the blanket and grab her, and she would know that it was me, and she would go into the ensuite bathroom with me and let me bang her over the sink, and then she'd go back to bed, and then I'd go back to bed. This is right next to her boyfriend. Like I said, guys, I'm not proud of this. I shouldn't have done it. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have. And then there was a time later when we'd stopped all that, right? I'd stopped engaging with her sexually, and we were just as friends at a pool party, and she was on the edge of the pool with her left, I still remember, her left arm resting over the side of the pool because her feet couldn't touch the bottom. And her boyfriend was facing her with his right arm over, so they're face to face. And I was in that same situation again. I was in the layered situation. And I actually had sex with this girl right in front of her boyfriend while she was having a conversation with him. This is how brazen women can be. I'm not saying all women are this brazen. I'm saying this is how brazen a lot of women can be, and often are, if they find a mate that is far superior to them, to who they're currently with, right? Not proud of it, guys, seriously. If you ever find yourself in that situation, don't do it. It's not worth it. There's nothing to be proud of about it. But I just want to lead into this story that I'm about to share with you, which leads into this article that I've got for you today. So this guy at the event, he was doing the whole standing behind his mate's girlfriend, doing the little squeezy squeeze on the ass, and then he just walked off, and this girl didn't even flinch. I was like, wow, just wow. And it wasn't like there was no one behind him or her. There was at least 100 people in that general vicinity of where that happened that could have easily seen it. And I guarantee some of them saw it for sure. They shut their mouths. Because every woman has a backup plan. And this is not something to be mad about, guys, seriously. You need to be the guy who is plan A and plan B if you choose to engage in a relationship. I genuinely mean this. If you choose to engage in a relationship, you know how I feel about marriage. I'm not getting married again. I don't think that guys should get married. But if you're going to choose to be in a relationship, you have to be aware of this. And you have to be plan A and plan B, not plan A or plan B. Because if your plan B and plan A finds out, you're going to be on the receiving end of plan A's wrath, right? Whereas if you're plan A and then she fucks plan B, then you're going to be pissed at plan B and her. It's not going to end well for you guys. And this is why I really push that we should become very high value. SydneyMGTOW.com/books. Guys, like I said, at the moment, I'm not making any money from affiliate links or anything, but I just want you guys to go and get your testosterone checked. Get this book, SydneyMGTOW.com/books. It's got a list of different places you can buy it. A couple of my friends have already bought it. I highly recommend you buy this, the Testosterone Advantage Plan, because this is what's missing in today's society. This is what is causing so many men to be, the weak beta male. This is what's causing so many people to be afraid of saying no, to be afraid of stepping up, because they don't actually have the testosterone to back up that decision making so that they can charge forward in the face of difficult situations. So, onto the article now, guys. And this is from India Today, right? So this is in India. And we all know that India has become a feminist shithole. It just has, right? With the, I think it's 498A laws, which basically allow a woman to say, my husband raped me or did something I didn't like, so therefore, I can basically do whatever I want and fuck whoever I want and take money. And I know that's not exactly how the legislation goes, but that's basically how it works out once everything plays out under the current system. And my Indian brothers watching this, you know what I'm talking about. Now, if this is in India, where typically things have been a lot more conservative, where they've had arranged marriages, and they're still forcing men into marriages, right? They're still forcing arranged marriages on people, right? So if this can happen in India, imagine what's going on in Australia, in the UK, in the US, in New Zealand, all of these developed nations where basically you can do slut walks in the street and everything's cool. Like, you just strip down to fuck all and put a little star sticker over your nipple, and yeah, that's cool. Just go be a slut. We respect you because you've got a vagina. Like, that's basically what we're told we have to do, right? Which is absolutely ridiculous, because in order to be respected, you must first be respectable. Let that sink in. 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner in mind. Dear men, please note. Right? And this is as per a study. Around 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner in mind in case they separate from their current partner, as per a study, aka the old monkey branch. I love this shirt. This is the shirt I wore in my first video ever, for those of you who remember. Almost half of all women have a backup plan in place in the event of separation from their current partner, a study has said. Daily Mail reports. This basically implies that a woman has another man in mind as her plan B in the event of a breakup. In fact, married women are more likely to have a second option in place as compared to those simply in a relationship. As if we didn't need as if we needed another reason to not get married. This just is like, it's just all stacking up, all the reasons why men shouldn't get married. But who could the fallback partner be? The study states that in most cases it is an old friend who has harbored feelings for the particular woman, or else it could be an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband. A colleague or her friend at the gym are also prospective candidates as per the study. Around 1,000 women appeared for the survey, and some of them also said that Plan B could be somebody whom they've known since as long as 7 years. Meanwhile, 1 in 10 women said that their Plan B had confessed their feelings to them already. More than 4 out of 10 women, in fact, said that they familiarized with the other man or Plan B during their existent relationship. A small percentage of women also said that their feelings for their backup plan were equivalent to the amount that they have for their partner. Let that sink in. So you must have guessed the next statement by now. As per the study published in Daily Mail, around 12% of the women said that their feelings for Plan B were stronger than for their current partner. Most of those who took the poll admitted that their current partners were well aware of their backup plan, because sometimes the backup plan is a friend of the male partner. Sometimes it's the ex-boyfriend they won't stop talking to. And look, there's girls I know that have got ex-boyfriends that they'd never go there again. Right? And, if you can maintain a friendly relationship with someone without that infringing on your relationship or getting complicated, then I can respect that. And I can respect that going the other way as well. If a male has a friendship with an ex-partner where he sets the boundary and says no, I can respect that as well. I think that that's a measure of good character. It also shows that breakups and separations are generally quite amicable and they're not really angry or bitter, and and that's got to be a good sign, right? But it's very important to be aware of the boundaries between your partner and their ex and where that boundary lies, and if they're going and spending time with them. Because if they are, look, I'm telling you, right? And guys and girls are different. I know that if girls are spending an inordinate amount of time with their ex-partner, they're fucking them. Make no mistake, gentlemen, if this is you and your girlfriend is spending an inordinate amount of time with her ex-partner, she is fucking him. If she's not fucking him, she is sucking his dick. If she's not sucking his dick, she's having her pussy eaten by him. Or a combination of all of the above, most likely. Right, so don't shoot the messenger. Just be aware that if this is happening, then that's happening. If 1 + 1 = 2, then 1 - 1 = 0. It's literally that simple logic. So, on that note, some women said that their partners were able to accept jokes concerning their backup plans. But on the other hand, some men felt quite uncomfortable when their girlfriends discussed it. So basically, these women that they're referring to here that are joking about the backup plan are so brazen that they're actually joking about it to their boyfriends. I just want you to close your eyes and paint a picture here. Imagine if you started making jokes about banging your ex-girlfriend or your girlfriend's best friend, right? If you had a backup plan, you started making jokes about it. Scale of 1 to 10. Just write it in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10. How well received do you think that would be? From 1 being, I'm going to fucking cut your throat in your sleep, to 10 being, babe, please go and fuck my best friend. I'm going to see a lot of single digits in this chat box right about now. Unsurprisingly, some women said that their fallback partner was a friend of their current partner. There we go, called it. But men, we also have a piece of news that might calm your soul after reading details of this research. 1 in 3 women said they doubt whether anything at all would materialize with Plan B. Well, that's something, right? I mean, to begin with, we shouldn't be having this situation at all where they're even considering it. But if that is the case, and they are considering it, I mean, you're halfway out the door if they're already considering it. That is just the reality of it. And I think the guy's name's Andrew Tate. His website is cobratate.com. In fact, go check out Tate Speech Rollo. There's a video for 2 hours and 20 minutes. If I remember, I'm going to put it in the description after this video. It is fucking dynamite. You must watch it. The guy's an absolute gun. Every single word that he says is truth from the start to the end of the 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's just truth bomb after truth bomb after truth bomb. And if you actually play his analogies about what happens with the animal kingdom back to human life and human society, then you can actually see how a lot of the things from the animal kingdom are playing out in human society. But of course, we've got a lot more rules in human society. Things just don't play out as nature intended, because unfortunately we have people that want to control us, the government and the feminists that work in the government. So basically feminists. But a slight percentage also said that it could be possible that something would materialize with their Plan B. Speaking about the survey, a spokesman for online market research company OnePoll told Daily Mail, "For our research to establish that 50% of women in relationships have a Plan B is a worrying sign." Huh. No shit, Sherlock! The news may cause a few men in relationships to think twice about not taking the rubbish down or choosing a night down the pub in favor of a cozy night in with his partner. Yeah, because they're worried that things might be happening at their house, in their bed, with their partner, while they're not there. That's why. They're saying that, and I quote, "The grass isn't always greener," clearly isn't deterring women of today. They understand that anything can happen and are ensuring they have a solid backup plan should things go sour with their current man. With sites like Facebook and Twitter, it's easier than ever to stay in touch with an old flame. Men need to be aware of any old friends that turn up out of the blue. That's for sure, the spokesman added. Okay then! That was literally the last line of the article. It says okay then. But I just thought it was really relevant. I was like, okay then, what do you guys think? Because, look, and there's guys out there that have got backup plans that will go and bang that backup plan, right? And sometimes it's out of pure intent, sometimes it's opportunistic, sometimes it's just circumstantial and it's a really bad judgment call. And women do the same in some circumstances, as well as men do in some circumstances. So this is not a men-women thing. But what you will find is that typically speaking, women have more options than men. Because, I mean, most men, and Tinder have even done studies on this, most men will swipe left on like 80% of women. They're like, yeah, look, anything but the bottom 20% I'm cool with. Most men are saying this. This is the way of thinking. And they're like, well, you know, she's attractive enough, so I'm down, right? Even a guy that I work with sometimes. And he's just like, I'll fuck anything. He goes, I have no standards. And I was like, man, you can have the 20%. But this is what I'm saying, right? And conversely, there's women who get into these situations as well. You know, they have a drunken situation. I mean, that meltdown in an Uber video that I did the other day, I mean, that's a textbook example of that. Clearly, he was the plan B. Clearly, he was the plan B, right? She's been working with the guy for a while. He was the plan B, 100%. Itchy nose, sorry guys. But yet it wasn't until she had a massive outburst and says, "You got a small dick, I should have fucked him ages ago." And this is literally what she was saying in front of her husbands, not just her boyfriend, her husband's sister and her husband's wife. And this girl was sitting next to her husband's sister, texting this guy who was down at this place that she wanted to go and eat at, right, rather than going home. Because she just wanted to bang the guy from work instead of her husband. He was the plan B. Don't think women don't have plan Bs. Don't think some guys don't have plan Bs. This is nature. So, I mean, I've got female and male subscribers, right? And you both need to look out for this. Really. Like, if you don't want to have relationships that fall apart, well, fucking keep on top of your shit. Make sure you do what you have to do to be the highest value mate for your partner. And that goes for guys and girls. Right? And girls, you need to ask your dude, what is it that if you could pick your perfect partner, right? And girls, by the way, if you're going to ask this question, you need to be prepared to hear some shit that you don't want to hear. And you also need to be prepared to change some things and say, well, look, you know, this is something that I just simply can't do. You know, I know you like shorter girls. I'm 6'4". I can't do anything about that. But the things you can do something about, do those things if you really value your partner, right? And you want to be that partner's plan A and plan B. And guys, you already know what it is that women want. They want a masculine man. They want a guy who says no and fucking means it and enforces it. They want a guy who's got a good body. They want a guy who's got his shit under control. They want a guy who's not controlled and puppeteered by other people. They want a guy with a fucking opinion. They want a guy who says, listen, I know the other 19 of you just agreed with each other here, but I've got a different opinion. And I know it's going to be unpopular, but I'm going to freaking say it anyway. And this is my opinion, and this is what I'm basing it on. And I'm not mad about it. What I am telling you is that the facts don't freaking lie. And these are the facts. What do you think? Now they're like, oh, well, how do you know that's a fact? Well, it's from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Here you go. Here's the chart. Read it. Oh, no, I don't want to have this conversation. So what you're saying is you don't want to have your current skewed belief system challenged by something which might actually shatter that and shatter your sense of identity and tell you the truth about what is really going on. Is that what you're saying? Because guys, we need to become truth tellers. I know this, oh yeah, but my girlfriend, my job. If your girlfriend and your job are preventing you from you speaking the truth, fuck both of them off. And that's just some real talk. By the way, thank you, Trey. He says, what's up, Sydney? Keep up the good work, brother. I plan on traveling in the near future and hopefully we can grab a drink one day. Man, reach out to me by email. You've got my email in the description below. So this is just what's going on, right? And MGTOW Ghost Son says his male friend was pissed and was like, sorry, I don't have the context around that. I got a lot of comments. I do apologize. I can't read them all. I would love to reply to all you guys individually. I'm sure you can appreciate in order to keep the content flowing for most of you guys. You know, I tend to most commonly respond to super chats or comments from my mods where I catch them and I see relevance, or if I just spot something that's really in line with what I'm talking about, I'll go with that. By the way, in line with telling the truth, favorite fucking book in the world, well, besides books like this. Let me just share a little something with you. Let's search up feminism. Femtard, feminism. Ah, yes. The advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of sexual equality. Of sexual equality. I think they've overstepped the mark on that one. And feminize, make more characteristic of or more associated with women. Femme fatale, an attractive and seductive woman. French literature, disastrous woman. Oh, there's a lot of femme fatales out there. You know what I'm talking about. Let's now go across. Egalitarian. Oh, one of my favorite words. I love egalitarian because it means that people who don't work as hard don't get as much. Here we go. Egalitarian. I'm glad I actually got this book before feminists got to the dictionary, because if this was an online dictionary, they would be able to change it with a click of the button from anywhere in the world, and I can't do anything about it. And then everyone who then goes and researches this, well then, the digital dictionary then thinks that whatever is in there is truth, whereas this is the truth because you can't change it. Right? You can't change what's already out there that you can't touch. And this bad boy, ain't no feminists getting their hands on this dictionary. Here we go. Ah, yes, egalitarian. Believing in or based on the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. For example, an egalitarian person. And I do believe that everyone should be granted equal rights and opportunities. And that the rights of one person should not infringe upon the rights of another. And that people should be treated on an equal footing. Not like what feminists believe, that men and women should be treated differently. What about that article where they were saying, oh, men should be allowed to work more hours and women should not be allowed to work as many. But we still have to get paid the same because otherwise it's misogyny because there's a gender pay gap. This is the stupidity of them. But hey, that's none of my business. I don't shoot the messenger, you know what I mean? So, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. But before I go, again, just wanted to thank Trey for that $10 donation. Appreciate you, brother. If any of you guys do want to donate or you got value out of this, that you feel you want to share some love, links are in the description below. I got PayPal, Subscribestar, and Patreon. I also have crypto links as well. If you do want to boost your testosterone levels, if you're just not sure where your testosterone levels are at, if you want to have more mental clarity, a better libido, more strength, more energy, get your testosterone up. sydneymctow.com/books. It's a very, very basic page that I've got up there, but it has a link to the Testosterone Advantage Plan and the different places where you can actually obtain that book. So, get your testosterone up, guys. Donate if you want to. More than anything, please make sure that you thumbs up and share and comment on this video because that does help this to trend. As you know, YouTube are censoring unpopular opinions, particularly those that disagree with the feminist agenda. And there is actually a feminist agenda. If you just want to find out more about it, go to Agenda 2030 UN. United Nations has a feminist agenda, which they are pushing for their one world government. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is on their website. It is there for you to see in plain sight. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for being a part of this incredible community. Guys, if you're frustrated about what's going on, there's no need to get mad about it. Just keep listening to people like myself, listening to people like, for example, Coach Greg Adams. And, there's a lot of good content creators out there. If I was to list all of them right now, I would be sitting here for another 15, 20 minutes. So... Ron Jeremy, I want to see you naked again. What a guy, Ron Jeremy. Big King Dingaling. I'm guessing this isn't the actual Ron Jeremy, but I have met Ron Jeremy in person. Cool guy. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment. Get your book at sydneymctow.com/books. I don't make any money out of it. Like I said, I just want you guys to boost your testosterone levels, head off to the doctor, get that checked. Whatever you got to do, just improve yourself, learn to say no, and learn to actually stick to no. Until next time, guys, appreciate you. Peace.